was a great video. Can we get this? Mustard seed, right? Small, not mighty. Mostly considered a weed, frankly, instead of a desirable crop. A weed. It grows in places where it's not welcome, where it's not cultivated. And weeds, well, you know, right? Outside of human control, they just pop up. We do not sing, "A mighty mustard bush is our God," right? Yet, as we live into the realm of God, trying to live into that long-range, long-time love, God is the source of the possibility, and the realm comes from the bottom up, not the top down. God's full reign will come because of our small acts of love right here in Bradford. It's not going to come out of the Vatican or Washington or the UN. It's going to come from us right here. Unleavened bread was the holy food associated with Passover, with God, and leaven, yeast if you will, was associated with corruption and impurity, with ordinary everyday life. And what does Jesus do in this story, right? He goes radical again, and he says the realm, the kingdom of God, is compared with women's work, and to that which is usually considered unclean, and it's an extravagant amount. Bam, bam, bam. God's reign is different from what you think, listeners, Jesus is saying. He regularly offended people, and finally that's what got him killed. How radically we are called to offend the powers that be by our demonstration of radical love and radical acceptance. Parable number 2. And like the yeast hidden in those lots of flour, we get the picture story of the treasure hidden in the field, found, we can presume, by accident. Probably we can presume by field workers out there doing the master's work, by peasants, not found by the landowner who owned it. And again, the great good news, the gospel of the inbreaking of God's reign for all God's people, will be most easily found by those on the outside of the power, not by those who hold all the cards. Then the pearl of great value. This is a picture story for those folks in the cultural power party, if you will. Even those who are accustomed to finding and trading fine things, that's what the pearl merchant did, they might yet still encounter a life-changing experience. Or maybe it makes more sense if we said even those involved in the church all their lives might still be transformed in ways beyond their imagining. And finally, the net that catches all the fish. A net, hidden under the water, below the surface, out of sight, not selective, it catches everything. And separating the good fish from the bad fish, just like last week's parable, it is not our business to be doing that. We are simply caught up in the present moment of the kingdom of God, the present inbreaking reign of God, called to love and forgive, to love and include, to love and sacrifice for, to love and care. Professor Bill Weber, who taught down in New York City, said the kingdom of God comes in inches, and we must learn to celebrate every small glimpse we can find. And then he talked about finding the kingdom in every unemployed person who found a job, every addict who got sober, every poor child who stayed in school and graduated. Signs of the kingdom. These are the mustard seeds, the yeast, the treasure, the pearls, the nets of hope that surround us. An inside out, upside down reign of justice and love and life. Power structures are reversed. What is small and hidden is more significant than displays of might and power. And a glimpse of the goodness God desires for all God's people is seen in these little ways. The Lonesome Valley song, that's true and false, because we are never completely alone. Always is the presence of the Spirit of God available to us. But on the other hand, really, each of us has to make the decision to either participate in the kingdom of God or not. And if we choose yes, there will be trials, because this way of living is so different from culture, it will cause discomfort all around us. My prayer for us here at Bradford Congregational UCC is that as we will sing shortly, we will have oil and joy and love and peace, which allows us to be burning and singing and serving and praising all the days of our lives, more and more able to stand our trials in strength and hope, because the kingdom of heaven is right here in the midst of us, stirring and quiet, small, unobtrusive, but exhilarating and world-changing ways. That's the word from our book this morning. That's a very cool book.